Here is a Coleman oven, and I have just a USR mini rocket stove underneath it. It's just a little propane butane stove. I basically have it cranked on high. I started timing from about 9:30 this morning, and it's been on for about 5 minutes. I'm going to watch the gauge here. This is just basically a cook-off to kind of heat it up, get it to about 350, 400 degrees, and see if we can get this stove to perform like we want it to. I'm going to do a ultralight backpacking trip with some buddies, and I'm doing this as a hoax, but we're having also a dessert cook-off. So I'm going to be creating some Crescent strawberry or Crescent cherry filled bacon wraps, and that'll be a dessert. And so I'm preparing for that, just to get a couple laughs out of these guys. Figure I'm down on the riverbank, I'll be able to pile a couple stones to get up about that height, and then I'm bringing the extra volume propane, just so that the butane, so that I can have plenty of gas for no matter what it takes. And I wasn't real sure how long this is going to take to heat up, but right now the old oven is getting hot. You can see some of the heat coming out along the top of it there as it's getting pretty warm. And again, it's brand new, so all I'm doing is giving it a good 400 degree cook up, so that I can burn all the oil and anything that would be maybe causing it to stink or smell or give it a bad flavor. And this is the view from the bottom up. You can see that the stove and the grate just comes over. That's just a little backpacking grate. Cook a lot of steaks over it, and I'm just using it as a platform to get the weight up off the burner. And so there it is, just cooking away and cranking away, and that heat's going right directly into it. Right now we're at real close to, looks like 350 degrees. Let's just see what it is there. Yeah, about 350 degrees, and it's been rising pretty fast. Again, time-wise, I don't know, maybe about 4 minutes in here, tops, cooking and running full blast. And that was from nice and cold, and the temperatures outside is maybe, it's pretty cold today. I think it's in the lower 30s, so things are frozen. And of course I just brought out here in the garage to keep the wind off of me. I do have some propane that I'm going to, or some aluminum foil that I'm going to take and wrap around the sides, right up through here and over the top, and that will probably cause it to go hotter. But the pros say to go to 380, and I want to make sure that the stove is going to take us to that point. And right now we have just reached right at 380 degrees, right in there. So this stove packs down to about 2 inches by 12 by 12, and it's a snap stove. It's been around for ever 40-50 years, I think, and it's been dependable through the years, so I thought I'd give it a try. I've been backpacking and cooking all these years, and I've never really done much baking other than throwing something in some aluminum foil and watch it burn on the fire. So, of course, baking, you want a controlled heat. And what I think, since I got it up to temperature, I'm going to close it down just a little bit. And just see what happens, see if it keeps rising. And see what it does there. And a little hot, not too bad. We'll close it down just a little bit. There is our flame. I probably turned it down to about half, and we've reached 410, 420. And again, I have not used this before, so we'll just see what happens. I'm going to put some stuff in here in a little bit and cook it up just to see what she does. Now that I've got it nice and warm, and it's still increasing, I'll probably turn it down a little bit, see what happens. And right now we're sitting at 410, A little hot. And I'm sure it's going to come down some here in a little bit. And I'm protected inside here, so no wind. I wanted to make sure that I could get up to where I wanted to, heat-wise. And shouldn't be any problem, I don't think, to get this thing to go. Again, I can take that gas canister and dig me a little hole out in the ground and put it down in the ground a little bit and get it like that. The thing's holding its heat, and even down at low, right at 400. So, of course, that's good old Coleman. And it's kind of funny, I don't buy a lot of Coleman gear. Alright, so there's your oven. It's nice and hot in there. And you can smell a little bit of the paint burning off in there. And see a little bit of the paint burning off on it. Makes it all pretty. Alright. I'm going to turn it off for just a little bit and see what happens. Alright, we're going to have an old-fashioned cook-off. And down on the backpacking trails, always trying to go lighter, as always, trying to be as light as I possibly can. And so I picked this up. It weighs in at about 10, 12 pounds or so. It's a little steel oven sitting on top of my backpacking stove down there. And everything else in my pack is ultralight except for the stove. And we're going to have some fun with it because we're going to have a dessert cook-off around the campfire on Saturday night. So I'm going to pull this out and make a laughing stock of me carrying this big stove, so we'll have a good thing, and hopefully I'll win the cook-off. So I've turned the stove down just a little bit to see if we can get it to not be too hot. Wife said the better be a little bit under than over, and we are sitting now at looks like 350 degrees, and there's the stove cooking down in there. I've got an aluminum pie pan in there cooking. And so we'll see how she's doing here in a few minutes. We'll check it. Let's see where we're at. Yes, this is the hot cherry bacon delight that I was talking about. You saw it first, right here.